Secret guardians, starry bright, fiery ones beyond our sight, saints of yore, Buddhas too, guiding lights to me and you.
Imagine that a person's upbringing leads them to believe that they will live but one life on earth. Imagine also that this person, this soul, if you will, has never considered the possibility that she could have been embodied as other people in previous lives. How might this person react when faced with compelling evidence that reincarnation is real? Let's imagine that she picked up and devoured Soul Survivor, or Life Before Life, which happened to be powerfully persuasive chronicles of children remembering past lives. This person could react in any number of ways. She could accept that reincarnation is real and that she indeed has been other people in past lives. Would that not be a profound shift in her worldview? And more importantly, her view of self? Certainly it would. But what if this new belief was just one in a series of life-altering spiritual realizations? This is what happens to Jian in The Girl Who Walked into the Light. New spiritual experiences roll in, one after another. She is shown visions of her Irish father as a soldier in an American army in Vietnam. Vivid scenes that she not only watched, but also lived through, keenly sensing her father's own thoughts and feelings, as if they were her own. It is said that in heavenly realms, we can read others' thoughts and feelings, and they ours, telepathically. Was this gift of Jian's the same or similar? Jian recounts and wonders about her experience.
This was no dream. It was real history. Years after my father was abducted along with my mother and brother, I had been taken by angels, I'm sure, to meet him, most personally, for the first time. It didn't matter when or that he was a soldier. What mattered was that I had touched who he was, and part of who he still is to this day, I believe. Looking back, the experience was mind-bending, but also clear as crystal. I lived the scenes through young Sean Byrne's outer senses, and also as if I was looking down omnisciently on the events. It's hard to explain. After all, omniscient and first-person points of view are two distinctly separate things. Except, apparently during my journeys into the Akashic realm. I'm not versed in physics, so I can only guess that the Akashic is a realm beyond our human one, where the rules of time and space don't apply. I'm speculating way too much, but there's one thing of which I feel certain. These Akashic experiences, a number of which I have yet to chronicle, as these are just the first, are precise, highly nuanced records of things that really happened. They are not dreams.
What if you were gifted such Akashic visions? How would you react? Regarding reincarnation, do you remember the first time you seriously considered the vast implications of having lived before? If you were raised to believe that we only get one chance, one life to get it right, that at a point in your life accepted reincarnation as true? Why? Did the idea of living many lives, each with their particular soul tests and life lessons, strike you as more merciful, more just? If so, you are not unlike Jian, who innately knows how the world works, spiritually speaking, because she has lived tethered to the spiritual path for lifetimes. But Earth is a dangerous place, especially because of the veil of unknowing that descends upon souls taking embodiment. And no matter how true to her own divine nature a soul may have been over lifetimes, she still can get lost in the back alleys of Terra. This also happened to Jian. Jian reflects on what she is being shown and why, and remembers another astounding out-of-body journey.
Lying there in my bed, seemingly half anchored in my body and half floating somewhere else, I realized that these records weren't just about my father. They were also in some parallel way about me. And I had to figure out the parallels, the lessons in them, for me. In the days to follow, I sensed unseen forces were doing their best to help keep me balanced, as I tried to process these extraordinary memories. For days, the vivid scenes crashed over me like ocean waves. I was also remembering more every day, such as a dream of a time before my birth that I'd glimpsed while walking home from school one day. Bits and pieces of the memory would tease me from time to time, but I just couldn't grab hold of it, like a dream that fades quickly upon waking. Then one day, as I was walking home from school, the vision returned, clear and complete. I found myself standing in a blinding sunlit meadow, painted by wildflowers. A fiery mist arose, not unlike the foggy dew common to Irish mornings. It was luminous, as if there were tiny flames within each droplet of dew. Crystallized shapes appeared out of the mist, coalescing into 7 beings, their features indefinite as seen through the shimmering mist. I realized that these were divine beings. One took on greater definition and beckoned to me. We began to walk together up a path toward a rise. I remember being enveloped within her aura, a glowing ethereal white far beyond the pale earthly equivalent. The light quickened me, as if my spiritual atoms themselves, if there are such things, were being accelerated. Yet I also felt like a little girl, hand in hand with her mother. I did not ever want to leave. I clearly remember the instructions this divine being gave me. My mission in this life was to pick up and run with the dropped torch of a spiritual movement critical to the plans of heaven. A movement that had been inspired upon my mother, but had all but disappeared after she was kidnapped. I would be guided in this endeavour in God's time. I should strive to be at peace so I could better attune to the saints' promptings when they came, and takers would seek to destroy me and my mission. In this vision, the being asked, "Will you take up this mantle of your free will?" With fervour I vowed I would, before 7 saints, as heaven is my witness.
Jian then comments,
The clarity of this map of my life astounded me. It was as if I already knew it by heart, word for word, as if it had been engraved upon my soul for lifetimes.
Is there a map of life engraved within our own heart of hearts? Are there vows we took, promises we made in some heavenly between lives retreat? If so, what are they? I suspect that deep down we know. And if we can't seem to call up the memory, can we not ask Heaven's Holy Ones to remind us? Until next time, may you walk in the light of your own divine destiny.